Hello everybody, it's Shannon Rose, and in today's video we are going to be talking about how to be happy. I don't think I've ever put out a video on how to be happy before. I actually got this idea from my friend Nikki, who did something similar like this on her Patreon, and it just really inspired me and wanted me to it just pushed me and inspired me to want to make a video for all of you on my advice and tips on how to be happy. And it's something that I'm also working on and working as a goal towards to achieve. And so far, just like the littlest thing, it's the simplest thing, has just transformed my life in such a huge way. And I'm so much happier, and it's just like, I have to share it. I just want everyone to experience this and know what it feels like, especially if you've ever gone through depression and anxiety and struggle with mental health. I think this is super helpful for you to watch this video. I feel like so many of us are like, how can we make more money? Like hustle culture, how can we achieve our goals? Let's set intentions to, reach certain goals that we have, and exercise goals and money goals. And I think it's great to have all those things, but I think the most important thing at the end of the day is our happiness. And if we're doing all these things and working super hard, like to reach these goals, and then once we reach them, we're not happy, like why? Like, it's like, yeah, it's important to like be healthy and work out and exercise, and that's fine, like to, reach a certain goal or a weight or whatever that, you want to reach. But then you're always going to have like the next thing, right? Like, okay, well, what else to like try to make you happy? And we're always like living for the next moment instead of just like living in the moment and like being grateful for right here, right now. Like us being able to connect with each other through the camera and the internet right now, like is such a cool thing. And it's something that we take for granted. You might live in another country right now, but like the fact that we're able to talk and communicate, like, and I'm able to like make this video for you to watch, and you can comment and we can talk back and forth, like, this is really cool. We didn't have this a long time ago, and it's just like little things like this that like should make you excited, and I think that if we start thinking about life in these little ways and these small ways of, gratitude, just being grateful for the phone that you have in your hands right now watching this video. If there was an emergency, you're able to call 911, like, in your fingertips. In our fingertips, we have access to literally information on anything that we want with the internet. I mean, like, there's so many little things to be grateful for. We just have to think about them, and we need to be more in the moment, more present, and slow down. I think that's one of the biggest things, is like everybody right now is realizing how important it is to just slow down and just take one moment at a time and see what is right in front of us right now. We all think like, okay, we want to live till we're 100 and, live this like really full life and full of adventure. And it's like, but our minds are always thinking ahead. What's next? And a lot of us have horrible anxiety, myself included. I mean, it's getting way better with like the medication I'm on. Zoloft, by the way, in case anyone's wondering, has literally worked wonders for me. And Zoloft, and also just slowing down and like trying not to overschedule myself or overcommit myself, taking more time for self-care or just care in general, just prioritizing me and being a little bit more selfish and being like, you know what, I need to have more time for myself. And, that's how I'm going to be the best mom to my kids, is if I have a little bit of me time, and I need to prioritize that and make sure that I get that once a week, hour or whatever it is to myself, just taking time to journal or meditate and take a deep breath and just like look around you right now and like take in where you're at and how you're feeling, and just like breathe and be happy now in this moment. And I think the best way to be happy is gratitude. You cannot, actually, I've brought a bunch of things to show you guys, like show and tell. These manifestation cards from The Secret, if anyone's very religious here, please know, like, this is all God. Like, this is, people are like, oh, The Secret, it's like the devil or like witchcraft. It's none of those things, I promise. It's very much all comes from the Bible if you actually like look at it. This, I really liked this one. So I don't know if you've seen this before, but it's basically, they're called manifestation cards. They're really beautiful, by the way. Like, this is what they look like. My camera's probably not doing it justice, but like, they're like these like gold foiled cards that are like laminated. They're really like shiny and pretty and good quality. And they have all these different sayings on them. I'll read a couple of them to you so you can see. I'll try to link them down below too, but like, for instance, this one says, prosperity is your birthright. Here are 4 simple rules to manifest money. Each day, think more thoughts of abundance than lack of money. So we're always thinking about what we don't want instead of what we want. And so I think if we start thinking more about what we want, as opposed to like, we don't have enough or a lack of, that's what they're saying. Be happy now without the money, and be truly grateful for everything you have right now, and give the best of yourself to others. So just something like this once a day to like start your morning, I think is amazing. So like in the morning time, if you can just like put this on your nightstand, and if you forget to do it in the morning, it's on your nightstand, you can do it at night, you know, whenever you have time. And just like pick up one and just like soak it in and think about it, and try to think about it throughout the day or at night before you go to bed. I love these things whenever I find them. Whenever I find them, my kids take them. That's why they like to play with them. And yeah, it's like hide and seek. I have to find these sometimes, but this one says your imagination creates stress, worry, and anxiety simply come from projecting your thoughts into the future, right? How I was saying, like, we're always thinking ahead. That's anxiety. It's like, we're worried about something that's gonna happen that hasn't happened yet. We're worried about the future, and we're projecting our thoughts into the future and imagining something bad, which causes your feelings to plummet. And when you imagine something bad, you're creating what you don't want. And instead, when you're feeling worried, ask yourself, what do I want? And then imagine that instead. I really like that. So next time you're feeling anxious or having anxiety and you're like, I can't breathe, I'm dying, that's me. By the way, if you really do have bad anxiety, I recommend getting a little handheld fan. It is like works wonders when you start to feel like you can't breathe and you're getting hot and sweaty and you feel like the world is closing in on you. I pull that fan out and I like literally stick it on my face, like full blast, and it really helps. Like, it makes me feel like I can breathe, and I like cold air feels good when I'm having really bad anxiety. Okay, let's do another one. Count your blessings. Make it a daily habit to sit down and write out 10 blessings. If you never did anything else, this one practice would transform your life. I truly believe that to be true. I wish you could see these. My camera would focus. It wants to focus on my face instead of the card, but this is what it looks like. They're just really beautiful. These are the Secret manifestation cards. Again, I'll try to link everything down below, but if you take anything away from this video, take away gratitude. That is what is going to make you happy right now. And that is basically anytime you start feeling down or in a bad mood, or you're just having a rough day, just stop what you're doing and get a pen and paper out and just start writing down the things that you're grateful for. I do this when I'm fighting with Travis. This is like a good thing. Like if you're fighting with a best friend, you're fighting with your parent or your spouse or your partner or something, I would say, even when you're really pissed off and mad at them, do your best to sit down and then just start thinking about the things that you love about them, that are good about them, right? Instead of all the bad things. I do this, like I said, with Travis all the time. When he's like really pissing me off and I'm like, oh yeah, like why did I marry him? I should have married somebody different. Like I have these horrible thoughts, you know? He's my soulmate and I love him to death. But we all, you know, when you're with someone 24/7 all the time, like you get these thoughts. Anyway, I start thinking about all the amazing things that I love about him and like why I married him and what a great dad he is, like, and all the good things, you know, about him. And I think if we do that, it really helps. And it helps in all aspects of your life. So I would say that is the biggest key to being happy, is gratitude. And just practice it. It's a practice. It's something you practice every day, all the time, and just start getting good at. And if you really want to get into it, like what the secret said on that card, this is actually one of the things that I did in my 30-day workshop. One of the things I had you guys do was get a notebook, and every single day at the start of the day, you would write down, it was like 10 things you're grateful for, 5 or 10 things you're grateful for, or maybe just 3 things. I can't remember. It's been a long time, but if you haven't done my 30-day workshop, you should. And it's like a 30-day workshop on how to transform your life and like basically get whatever you want, have whatever you want. But one of those things was doing the gratitude thing. And I really, truly believe that that is the key to happiness. That, and then I think another one, like I said before, was slowing down and just like stop worrying so much about making money and hustle culture and achieving your million goals. Like, at the end of the day, when you are on your deathbed, you're going to look back at your life, and what is going to be important? Just that you were happy and that you had a good life, and, you know, weren't just like spending all of your time trying to like make a ton of money, you know, to be successful, especially if that's not like making you super happy, you know what I mean? And you're just doing it to like please other people, or, you know, your parents, or because you think it's what you're supposed to do. Like, take a minute to like sit down and really reflect on your life and what you truly want and what truly makes you happy, not what you think you're supposed to be doing. And really just kind of reevaluate where you're at and like press a reset button and tell yourself, like, we're changing, we're reprogramming the way that we think and we live, and we're going to live a happy life. And in order to do that, we need to do these things. And that's slowing down and, you know, not rushing, being more in the moment, being more present with your family, your friends, and just being truly grateful. So I encourage you guys to get a notebook, a gratitude notebook, if you don't have one already. I'm going to link down below some of my favorite things. Also, a thing that I really love to do is to have like a goal book or a vision book. And this is not a goal book for like, you know, it doesn't have to be for, you know, success when it comes to like finances and money and stuff like that. But like, what are things that would make you happy? If it's a garden, like print out a garden and like put it in your little vision board or your notebook. You know, a lot of people do vision boards. I love those. I think that's a great way to organize your thoughts of like things that will make you happy, and you know, work towards that, because that's what's important. And, you know, money and cars and fancy houses, like, it's nice, but it's temporarily will make you happy. It's not going to make you happy long term. And so I really encourage you to think about what is going to make you happy long term. For me, it's a garden, it's my kids, it's making my home really cozy and having things that are good quality that I really like to hold and touch, and, you know, little things that make me happy. Like, for instance, for the longest time, I would not buy a very fancy camera, like fancy camera that I really wanted, because I just thought, like, I don't know, it's too expensive and I don't deserve it. And, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't buy it. I thought like Travis would be disappointed in me if I spent that much money. And like, it took 10 years for me to buy a camera I really, really wanted. And I still feel a little guilty about it because it was really expensive. It's like the most amount of money I've ever spent on a camera. But I know once I have that camera in my hands, it's going to feel so good and it's going to make me so happy. And the feeling that I'm going to get from that, like, it doesn't matter the amount of money I exchanged for that thing. Like, that joy that it's going to bring me, like, is worth it, you know? And so I need to be okay with that. So that's just a small example of like something that I'm talking about. Like, for instance, if you're going to go get like a goal book or like a vision board, like get a nice one that you're gonna love and it's gonna feel good to touch and hold, and it's gonna make you happy. It's those little things, right? The little like bowl cozies that we're making. If you haven't seen them already, we're making bowl cozies, and they're just, it's like a little thing that you put around your bowl, like in the microwave, so that when you're making hot soup, like you can hold the bowl with like the bowl cozy around it. It looks cute, it makes you happy. You know, it feels good on your hands to hold so that your hands don't get hot. Or if you're eating a bowl of ice cream, you can put it on, you know, around your bowl so your hands don't get cold when you're eating your ice cream on the couch and like getting cuddly and cozy. It's like, it's those little things, those little moments that you're creating for yourself to make you happy. And so I really hope that you took something from this video, and that even if it's just one little thing that's gonna make you a little bit happier and bring a little bit more joy in your life, like that's the whole point of this video. It's just like how to be happier and how to be happy. So I hope if you're having a down day, you come back to this video and watch it as a little refresh. But I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for watching. If you have any advice that you want to share with us, please leave it down in the comments. I am sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video.